Alright guys, so in today's video I have both good news and bad news, but I'm going to start off with the bad news so that we can end on a good note. As usual, for this period, most of you are not going to like the videos that I make because I'm not so bullish on crypto right now. As you all know, Donald Trump just recently announced the crypto strategic reserve plans for the US. Ideally, this should be really bullish for Bitcoin. As a matter of fact, it is actually. However, not necessarily in the short term, as this is more of a long-term effect. It's going to have more of a long-term effect on the market rather than a short-term effect. However, upon this announcement, most people will expect that Bitcoin is going to skyrocket overnight and explode in prices. So this had a lot of people putting in long positions. However, that is not the way the market works. As a matter of fact, when things like this happen, it is usually a buy the rumor, sell the news situation. This simply means that when there are speculation, the market will likely rise, and when the news and announcement is finally made, prices are likely going to drop. That's just the way the market works. Buy the rumor, sell the news. However, it's not always the same like this, but in this situation, that was exactly what happened. But let's get straight into the chart to see exactly what is going on. All right, so as usual, you guys know that I like to look at Bitcoin on the weekly time frame whenever I'm conducting a proper analysis to tell you where I think prices are likely to go in the long term or in the midterm, so to speak. Not long term, midterm actually, because right now Bitcoin is kind of trending to the downside temporarily, I should add. So looking at this here, we have I'm going to pay attention to this um tool here, which is the stochastic RSI on the weekly. Now I want you to watch this, right? Usually what the stochastic RSI does is it shows momentum in the price, right? It shows that um it shows where there's a lot of momentum, whether there's a lot of momentum to the downside or whether there's a lot of momentum to the upside. So usually what that means is that once prices get as high, once prices get to this point here, it means that the bullish momentum is kind of over and prices are about to drop. Look at this. We went from this place all the way to this top. So on the journey here to the top is bullish, right? But on the journey downwards is bearish. And the moment we flip to the upside, we get back to being bullish again. And that is completely constant throughout the charts. But however, let's compare this to price action and see what we can get from it. The thing about analyzing on the weekly time frame is that you have to keep in mind that this thing is going to take quite a bit of time. I mean, it's going to take a long time before it completely plays out, because it's on the weekly time frame. It takes weeks and sometimes even months to play out. The weekly time frame is the bigger time frame, right? So conducting a technical analysis on the weekly time frame, you just have to know that it's not going to happen immediately. It will probably take a while. Now, looking at this here, typically when the stochastic RSI gets to this low pass, it typically means that prices are eventually going to reverse. However, it is not always like that. But the more time we spend down here, the more prices continue to tank. Look at this. I've marked these two lines. You can see here, this first line and the second line, Bitcoin dumped significantly. Let me show you. Right from there, this is about 32% drop. Right, just when the stochastic RSI was deep in this low here. Let's move to another one. In this place here, we had the same thing. The stochastic RSI was really low, and we had this. We were trading downwards in below this 20 region, right? We were trading down below here around this area, and prices continued to drop. Same thing here. We traded down at this point here, and then prices kept on dropping, as you can see. The same thing here as well. We traded in this place for a bit, and then prices kept on dropping. This one is even crazier. This was during the bear market actually. This was 46% drop. So this tells you that whenever we are trading in between these areas, prices tend to drop significantly. Look at this one here. This is a more recent one, or the most recent one anyway, which was last year actually, right from this top here all the way down here. This is about 27% drop, not bad. But right now we are experiencing something like that now, and you can see we are just about starting to trade in this downside, right? I can't tell you how long this is going to last, but I could tell you that it's probably going to last for a while, a couple of weeks at least. Look at the stochastic RSI all the way here, right? You can see we are just about starting to start trading downwards, and we could trade all the way throughout March like this. And I've been saying it before that the target for this drop, I've been saying it for over a month now. I'm looking at around 72k, 70k ish, right? That's the area that I think prices are likely to gravitate towards. It could even go lower than that, who knows? Or maybe it should just be a week or something, just a little bit to the downside to liquidate as much longs as possible, and then the prices starts to reverse. So what this means is that the implication of this of trading downwards, the implication of prices trading downwards like this. I hope I've been showing these things in this. The implication of trading downwards in this area like this for a while is that after a while the prices would then reverse. So this means that it's not going to take too long anymore, right? We are just consolidating for now in the downside, but eventually, or after a period of time, when the stochastic RSI as it's crossed to the upside, then we are going to have prices likely to reverse. Now keep in mind that all what I've just told you right now is on the weekly time frame. If we go to something like the 1-day time frame, you see why I'm really believing that this stochastic RSI is going to drop. So look at this here. On the stochastic RSI on the daily, we are already having a cross to the downside, which basically means that this week is likely going to be bearish, in my opinion. I may be wrong, of course, but that's just what I think. I think this week is likely going to be bearish. And truth be told, the downside is not even that, it's not that crazy anymore. Look at this. From where we are now, which is around 85k down to 75k, is 12%, right? And if we're going straight down to 72k, we're looking at 15%. So it's not even that crazy anymore. So to be honest, I'm not too bearish on Bitcoin that much. However, I'm still taking short positions because I'm trading, right? I'm trading actively in the market, but I haven't really started putting a lot of money into the market in terms of buying for long term. I'm more interested in trading and accumulating capital that I can invest, for the long term. And if you've been watching me for a while, then you know that I recently just started a challenge where I'm trying to turn $1,000 into $10,000 over a couple of trades, right? And right now we are not looking bad at all. As a matter of fact, let me show you. So this is my private group. All the trades have been happening in my private group. We've made a couple of trades, I think about 3 or 4 thereabouts. We had 3 winners, but we've lost 1. Right now, look at this. This was my most recent trade. I think right now, let me check that trade. Let me check the portfolio. So right now the portfolio is at 1.7. Not bad. We just started this last week, so slow but steady. I mean, we've almost doubled it in 1 week, so maybe in a couple of weeks more we'll hit our target. Maybe in another video I'm going to do a breakdown of all of these trades that I took and the lessons I've learned, especially from the one that I lost, because it was a totally unnecessary trade. I could have literally avoided that trade. But anyway, this is what the trades are looking like right now. If you want to join my private group, all you have to do is send me a DM, reach out to me on Instagram, or check the link below and reach out to me on Telegram as well. Those are the easiest ways to reach out to me. So back to this, we are looking at Bitcoin dropping a little bit more to test this support area. Now I said that there's some good news, right? And that is what I'm just telling you right now. The good news is that this drop is probably not going to last for too long. As a matter of fact, after this dip happens, after this liquidity in this area has been swept out, which is around 78k, after we've removed this liquidity in the markets, or maybe prices gravitate towards this area here, maybe this is where prices start to reverse, and then we don't even end up getting as low as 72k. Who knows? But after this happens, after the dip is done, right, prices are going to move in such a parabolic way that it's going to take a lot of people unawares, right? So if you're not really skilled in this profession, and if you're not an active trader in the market like me, or like other people or other traders around, you should probably not be doing too much, or you should probably not be selling. This is not financial advice, please. This is not financial advice in any way, but I'm just saying that if you're not really active in the market and you don't really have time to be timing the market and monitoring price action like I do, then you should probably not be doing too much selling. You should probably not be panicking. Just have the long-term perspective in mind. Think about maybe mid-year or towards the end of the year before you start, bothering about taking profits out of the market. Because truth be told, from what I see and from all the narratives around crypto, the US literally just announced that Bitcoin and some other cryptocurrencies like Cardano, Solana, XRP, Ethereum are literally going to be part of the crypto strategic plans for the United States. That is absolutely mind blowing, and it is really, really bullish. Don't mistake it for anything. It is extremely bullish. And why it is really bullish is that the United States is more or less like the world power, right? And most of the times, when they take a step, other countries usually follow. So if the United States is taking such a big, strong stance on crypto and they are holding on to it, they are literally saying that they are never going to sell, or they are not going to be doing any selling anyway. Maybe not never, but they are not going to be doing any selling anytime soon. And as a matter of fact, Donald Trump intends to start accumulating. There is absolutely nothing. Let me take my face into this. There is absolutely nothing bearish about that. Okay, there is nothing bearish about the fact that Donald Trump said he's going to start accumulating Bitcoin and he's not going to be selling. That is extremely bullish. Do not mistake it for anything. So if you are panicking in the market right now because you're not active and you don't really know what's going on, don't bother yourself, honestly, because now is not the time to start selling. Really, the time that you would have sold was the best time that you would have sold was when I was talking about a double top all the way here at around 104,000 thereabouts. That was when it would have been the best time to have sold, because you would have saved yourself from this over 20%. And if prices eventually comes here, that's over 30% drop. You'd have saved yourself from such a heavy drop. But you didn't save yourself and it's early too late, so just don't bother yourself. The best you can do for yourself is probably to accumulate some more. This is not financial advice. Don't take anything that I say as financial advice. I'm just telling you what I think is going on in the market and technically what I'm doing. So right now, for the meantime, I'm looking at taking a couple of more short positions for Bitcoin. Like I said, I think that this week would likely be a bearish week. Prices are likely going to drop. On something like the 4-hour time frame, you can see that Bitcoin is actually forming something like a symmetrical triangle. Let me show you what that is. So we could have something like this, right? A move like this, or a pattern like this rather. We have this, right? Now, this is a symmetrical triangle, and a symmetrical triangle is usually a continuation pattern. All right, so if you're looking at this symmetrical triangle, a symmetrical triangle is usually a continuation pattern, just like I said. It usually means that prices are going to continue in the direction in which they were heading before. And as you can see here, prices were dropping, right? We are literally coming from a double top, and we ended up dropping to the lower side. And now, as you can see, prices are starting to consolidate below the neckline. Below the neckline. Let's delete this old analysis and have this very clear. This is an M formation. I don't think I've explained this in full before, but it is actually a double top. This is the top, this is the second top. First top, second top. And then this green box that you see here, so this right here is the neckline, right? And when we have a pattern like this, prices usually go back to retest the neckline and then drops. This actually explains why I took a couple of positions that I took in my private group when I was taking a couple of trades, right? But that is exactly, I think I'm going to do a breakdown actually. If you want to see me break down all of the trades that I took, just comment the word breakdown so that I'll know that you actually want to see it, and then I'll make a video about it. About the couple, I think 4 trades that I've made so far. Yeah, I think 4 trades. So yeah, so this retest here just basically means that we dropped down too hard, right? A lot of people missed out on it. So the thing with big players and smart money is that they don't want to get into the market where it's not going to favor them. They don't want to do anything like FOMO, right? So what they want to do is wait for prices to come back to the supply area that's literally just pushed prices down. And that's exactly what this retest means. So after this retest, prices are likely going to continue to the downside, because that is where prices are supposed to go based on this chart pattern. So after that is done, then we are completely good and ready to take Bitcoin to the moon. In my opinion, I think that Bitcoin could do as high as 150k. I'm going to drop another video where I'm explaining this thought process and why I think Bitcoin could get that high, honestly. But for now, we're not so bullish. Let's wait for prices to drop a little bit and then we'll buy in. After these prices drop, it's probably going to be altcoin season, which is already far overdue. Prices are going to explode. Brace yourself, guys. If you like this video, make sure to smash the like button, subscribe, share with whoever you think might like it. And I realize that most of the people that are watching these videos are not even subscribed. That's terrible. Subscribe, okay? Turn on the post notification. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.